What is linear programming? Linear programming is in short a way to describe a problem and find an optimal solution to this problem under certain conditions. In linear programming, you must describe the problem by defining the goal, in other words, what you want to achieve, and the constraints that limit your actions. On top of that, in order to apply linear programming, we have to make sure that the goal function and all constraints are linear functions. Linear functions you most likely remember from basic elementary school. This is the simplest function that you came across in the first few years. So we have simply the variables multiplied by certain parameter, and we can have more than one variables. In this case, we have two variables, so x and y. X is multiplied by 2 and y is multiplied by 5. In order to give you a feeling what linear function is, let's have a look at what is not a linear function. So if you have, for example, one of the variables put to the power of 2, 3, or 4, then we don't have a linear function. We call them non-linear functions. The very same happens if we, for example, divide two variables. Again, this is not a linear function, so this is non-linear function. In other words, keep it simple. So describe your goal and constraints using the simplest available method, so linear function. If you do that, we are able to solve the problem using linear programming. In order to show you how you define goal function and constraints, we're going to use in the next few lectures a case study of a producer of burgers that wants to find the optimal production mix for his factory, where he's producing two types of burgers, so classical burger and cheeseburger. So let's have a look at the case study and see how we will define the goal function and the constraints using the language of linear programming.